Well, let's assume it is live, just in case.
Okay.
Maybe this is Facebook's way of catching people doing things they're not supposed to do because they don't think it's live, but it really is live. So let's just assume that everything you say can and will be used against you on Facebook Live. All right. So before we get into, well, no matter how this goes down, even if it's not live, it's still a video, and I can save it and clip it if needed. So, and I'll make it live. So let's get into who did what last week. I think we had a couple of good weeks, a couple of best weeks ever. 2 road trips in a row. So what was your previous best week?
15.
15, and you just did that like 2-3 weeks ago, right?
About 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. And you broke that record again, and your new best week is what?
19.
19 deals. Great job.
The person had a switch on and a bet balance. I was so disappointed. I cried all the way back to the bed.
Beanie Manny, boy.
Manny, you can enter if you'd like. We haven't determined if it's live or not, so you're good.
That's so creepy though.
I didn't want to interrupt the live feed.
It might be live, it might not be. We don't know yet. For some reason, it's not popping up, so I don't know. But you got 19 deals.
And then my next day was 5.
Hold on, we're not there yet. What's the math on that? Well, whoever.
3,300.
3,300? So I will. What's 3 times 4?
12.
And then another 3 times 4. $13,200. Is that math up?
Yep.
Yeah, of course it does. Come on, dude. Common Core, baby. If you're making $13,000 a month, does that change things for you?
Hell yeah.
Do you remember in the meeting a few months ago where I had highlighted how consistent you were and how well you were doing? Although you weren't writing tons of deals yet, you were one of the most consistent people, and you've been consistently getting a little bit better day after day, week after week, and your approval is one of the best and still is one of the best. And you still are consistently improving and getting better and better and better. And I had asked you, I think when you were making your best check ever at that time was expected to be around 1,000. And I said, okay, if we multiply this by 4 and you make 4,000, how much does your life change? Does it help things for you? And obviously you said yes. So look at the difference in the number, right? You went from potentially averaging the 4 to 6 to potentially averaging 10 plus. But that only happens per month, obviously. But that only happens if you stay consistent, which I believe you will because you have. You have consistently gotten better, and you've consistently set new personal records. So let's assume you make this consistently. This is your life now. You guys have to put yourself in a situation where this becomes your reality, right? Because you know that if you've done it once, you can do it twice. If you've done it 2 or 3 times, you can do it for a week. If you can do it for a week, you can do it for 2 weeks. You can do it for 3 or 4 checks in a row. If you can do it for a month, you can do it for a few months. But if you've never done it, then it almost seems like it's impossible. So you have consistently been doing it and been getting better at doing it. It's no longer what if, it's just a matter of this is my life now. And when you live that life in that reality, because you've proven that you are capable of it, now the rest of your life starts to change as a result of your mindset going up. But you have to remember that when you have a bad day, or when some shit happens or comes up at the end of the week, or when it affects your numbers, or you have a bad week. Because you guys are still allowed to have bad days. You're still allowed to have bad weeks. You're allowed to have bad paychecks. But don't let the one bad thing, the one bad moment, affect all of your progression. Remember, you have to zoom out. No matter what happens, you have to zoom out and look at your life from a different perspective. And we won't get too much into Bitcoin, but let's just use Bitcoin as an example. Bitcoin hit an all-time high yesterday at $125,000. Okay, when we enter the next bear market and all crypto plummets, which is likely going to happen at some point, that's the cycle. It goes up, it stays up, and then it goes down and it stays down, and it goes up and down. Bear markets and bull markets. when we have the next bear market and Bitcoin plummets to whatever its new low is, people are going to freak out, right? And then they're going to sell, and the smart people will buy when it's low. That's how people get rich. That's how they make a lot of money. But my point is if you, let's say, freak out and you zoom out a little bit on the chart for Bitcoin. You can do this for Tesla, you can do it for Amazon, you can do it for any stock or most any crypto. Just zoom out and look at, is the new low that Bitcoin is about to experience at some point in a year, 2 years, whatever, is that new low higher than the last low? And it probably is. And it's not a coincidence that every single time something spikes, every time you have your best week ever, every time you have your best paycheck ever, if you go through your bear market and you plummet, well, if you're doing it right, your new low will be better than your last low. That's how you know you're progressing. And that's how you can quantify that progression. So when you are performing, it's almost as important to reflect than if you're not performing, because you did really well. So you have to find out, other than being on a road trip, other than a non-mentionable promotional thing that was happening, just in case we're live, what caused you to perform at the level that you performed at? How did you do that, and how can you duplicate that? Do you, without giving you or putting you on the spot, what did you do? Do you have any idea how to duplicate that?
Well, pretty much to begin with, my goal was just to be Chris for the week.
Yep.
And then you put an incentive of a Pokemon ball for 50, like first one to 15. I'm like, okay, game on, game on, game on. I'm like, all right. And then you put in 20. I was like, all right, I'm ready at 15. Like, okay, 5 more, 5 more, 5 more.
You put all your food away, and I'm not going to pull you up. Is that why you were scrambling to put everything away? But see, that's how important your role is, right? And all of you guys play an important role in each other's success or failure. And for you, your objective was to beat him, right? And if you hadn't performed, then that may have affected your performance. That's an important role that you play, right? And any other trainer or team lead in this office, you already know that you play those roles as well for your guys, right? So it doesn't matter if you're a trainer or not. It doesn't matter if you're a team lead or not. If someone's gunning for you, then you have a direct impact on their performance. And at some point, actually probably right now, new guys that see these numbers in this check and meet you for the very first time, the new guys that are in here, they're going to gun for you. And they're going to say, who is that? I want to be like her. I want to do numbers like she did. And when you go out and have a 3-day, a 4-day, a 5-day, somebody in this office is gunning for you. Someone wants to take you down. They want to take you out professionally. And that is the driving factor for some of you. And even if you don't think you have an impact, you do. Even if you don't think your numbers matter, I promise you they do. Because those of you who write 0 all day long, and you get the only deal you're going to get for the day, you get it at 6:30, 6:45, 7 o'clock. Well, you've inspired somebody, whether you realize that or not. You're the inspiration for the other people that are still knocking, that still have 0. Because if this person can go 6 hours and get a deal without quitting, without giving up, then I can too. So if you look at it like that, you look at it from a responsibility factor. When you write numbers like this, you've got some responsibility that maybe you didn't ask for, but you don't need to ask for it, right? You set the tone by performing at a high level. And anybody that's capable of numbers like this knows that numbers like this, or numbers like some of you put up, road trips, non-road trips, you have some responsibility to maintain those numbers. Because now you did it. You did what other people want to do, what other people are striving to do. You made money that new people want to make, or even your peers that aren't brand new. So if you go out and have a 5-day and then you go out and write 0, well, you not only are you letting you down, but you're letting other people down that aspire to be like you. And that comes with a little responsibility. But see, that's the edge that some of you need. Some of you need that. You need to know that because you're performing, that comes with responsibility. And if that doesn't motivate you, or the other 15 things that could potentially motivate you, you need another 5 things that are driving you. And you guys know I've had this meeting before. You need 100 things driving you. You need 100 things motivating you. Because if 99 of them fail, you need that last piece, that last thing that's going to pick you up and drive you to finish that day strong. Because what other reason do you have to go out and knock until the end of the night? What other thing is motivating you not to quit, not to give up? Maybe the apartment doesn't do it anymore. Maybe the car isn't motivating you. Maybe the car on a Wednesday is driving you. No pun intended. But maybe on Thursday, it's like, nah, fuck that car. That's not doing it for me anymore. You need 100 things that are driving you and motivating you every single day. Because one of them could be something as simple as, I can't let Chris outright me this week. And the question that I'm curious about, maybe some others, because I don't remember, did you outright him last week? You did, right? Oh, I'm so sorry, Chris. I didn't know that was going to be the answer. Did you finish top on your team? Yep, I knew that answer. So I should have known, actually. Wasn't thinking. I just kind of wanted to put you on blast, that's all. My bad, inadvertently.
It's web.
It is whatever. I'm so sorry, Chris. But you got 19, what'd you get?
19. 11.
11? Oh my gosh, she definitely beat you. She definitely beat you. But you did good. Yep, and a big shout out to Prestige for not only a lot of guys, 2 guys had their best week. I'm not done yet, but 2 guys had their best week. And you guys were the top team last week, but for also taking advantage of the opportunity that was presented last week. Not everybody took advantage of it. You guys did. Most of you guys worked 14, 15, 21 days in a row. 21 days in a row. And your bank accounts will thank you for that. So, pause.
Balls, please.
Just a heads up, we are potentially live on Facebook currently right now. We are potentially live on Facebook. That camera is live streaming to Facebook. I'm not 100% sure if it's working, but it just make sure you watch yourselves, just in case.
They have maybe firmly. So what's green?
That's it.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Oh, we live.
Unpause. So a big shout out to Prestige for crushing it, hitting goals, going on the road, and working all these days in a row. Not only were you guys the top team, but I expect you'll have the top paychecks in a couple of weeks from now. Your bank accounts will thank you. Shout out to you guys. Great fucking job. Okay, my man Jordan. How long you been here now? Just a month, not very long. I think actually today is like your first official paycheck, right? Because your first actual paycheck was like for a deal or something. So this will be your first check. I don't know what it is yet. But last week, you also went out and had your best week ever, right? What is your new best week?
9.
10.
10? Is it 10?
Yeah.
Because I didn't see it's a TP. That's why I didn't see it. I wasn't counting. I was just.
And what was your best week previous? 7 or 8?
It was. Was it 9?
I think it's 9.
9. It was 9.
It was 9. We only
9.
went by 1.
Hey, 1 is still better than the last one.
Yeah.
Huh?
It's almost
Yeah.
Better is better.
Yeah. What did you do before this job?
What did I do? What?
What did you do before this job?
I worked at Walmart.
Oh, how much money did you average at Walmart?
I was getting like the highest was like 800 every 2 weeks.
Okay. So about,
You about to say, double that. You about to say, double that.
so $400 basically a week. Was that after tax?
Yeah, they did taxes for you.
Beamer.
Yep. Okay.
Beam her.
So
Being the play guy.
what is 400 divided by 175? 3 roughly, right? Let's just call it 3 in deal math. So you only basically need 3 deals a week to match what you were making at Walmart. Do you like this job more than Walmart?
Yep.
Is it a little bit more fun, or was Walmart pretty fun?
Walmart was not fun. It was just the people were cool.
Yeah. And so do you think some of our people here are cool and the job is fun?
Yes.
I know.
And maybe a bit of a better opportunity here than maybe at Walmart? And these may be common sense questions, but the answers may be different, right? Like sometimes it could be pretty fun to work at Walmart or McDonald's. I don't know. Other jobs have fun, right? But I want you guys to want to be here. I want you guys to want to show up. I want you to have fun. I want you to enjoy yourselves. But I also want you to know that there's work to be done. Right? I want you to enjoy the meetings, enjoy the van rides, enjoy being in the field, enjoy talking to customers. You also have to enjoy the rejection. You have to enjoy the negativity. You have to enjoy the hard times. You have to enjoy and embrace the suck. Because it's not fair to want the good if there's no bad. If there was no bad, you wouldn't know how to compare it to what you do like. Right? The bad stuff makes you more grateful for the good stuff. If you didn't have good and bad, you wouldn't know what was good and you wouldn't know what was bad. And that's a lot deeper than you think it is. And maybe we'll do another meeting on that another day. But you have to embrace the bad. You have to embrace the suck. And it gives you something to look forward to. Yes.
So one of the biggest difference between this job, I was doing a job where I would go outside all that at Walmart, and I would work really hard because for the shift I was working, I was the oldest one most of the time. If the team lead and stuff weren't there, I was the oldest one, so I was doing the most work. No matter how hard I worked, I would still get paid the same. That's the difference between here. If I work really hard, my pay will reflect how hard I work.
Yep.
So it's just more rewarding.
Yeah, 100%. Well said. And, you know, this is what I say in orientation classes, where I talk about one of the reasons I had so many jobs when I was 19 to whatever, or 12, 13 to 19, before I got involved in sales, is I wanted to work a job where I was paid based on my work ethic. So if I worked harder, I'd make more. And, you know, we forget that we sacrifice the merit-based jobs for complacency. Because at times, we're afraid that what if it doesn't work out? What if I lose the job? What if I can't make a sale? And we make sacrifices, and we sacrifice our future, our goals, and whatever could be for what's guaranteed, for comfortability. And, you know, at this job, in sales, or just in this environment, in this culture, we try to promote uncomfortability. Because the more uncomfortable you can be, the stronger you get, right? And I tell you guys all the time, you know, you're building and developing your shield, right? And your shield is 10 deals strong, right? Whatever you learned during that week, whatever objections you overcame, whatever hurdles you jumped over, whatever obstacles you overcame, that, whether you realize it or not, is strengthening your resilience. Because your ability to persevere and overcome, and your ability to persevere and overcome and set these personal records, that is how you draw, that's how you get to the next level, because you draw from that. When you guys have a bad week, inevitably, at some point in your future, you will draw from your 10 week. You will draw from your 19 week. Your best day was now broken as well, right? So what's the record for your new best day? 5 deals. Good job. And was your best day broken? What is your best day? 3. So let's say, Jaquanda, you go out, and by Friday night this week, you're at 4 deals for the week. Well, you're going to say, well, what the fuck? I was just at 19. How can I go from 19 to 4? And something happens to you where you get into this overdrive mode, this hyper focus, because all of a sudden what you considered to be good, you no longer consider to be good, right? And the same goes for you, right? Now you factor in that it was a road trip, or you factor in other things, but all of a sudden, because you've proven what you're capable of, you no longer accept the standards that you once accepted. And that's why these weeks are important, because you guys are setting new standards, right? You have a new ceiling now. And ironically enough, every time you remove a ceiling, there's another ceiling above that ceiling. And then you remove that ceiling, and so on and so forth. And I think, and this is funny because I just posted a video about this a few days ago, I believe in you guys, I think, sometimes more than you believe in you. Because everybody has a ceiling, everybody has a cap. no matter who it is, they believe that there is some limit to what they are capable of, and some believe they can do more than others. But I have a higher ceiling for you guys than I think some of you have for yourself. So if, let's say, this is your ceiling and you can only do whatever the ceiling is, call it 10 deals, you've got a new ceiling now. But my ceiling, whether you got the 10 or not, is twice that size. So I know you're capable of at least 20. And when you do the 10 or you do the 15, my ceiling for you goes up. Every time you guys break a record or do something impressive or impress yourself or set some kind of personal standard, personal record, my cap for you, it goes up. Kind of in line with your cap for you, but my cap is always higher. My ceiling for you is always higher because I do believe that you guys are capable of a lot more than what you think you're capable of. So it's a matter of removing that ceiling and living a life where you actually genuinely believe you can do anything you set your mind to. That's a hard life to live. It's hard to wake up and think, I can do whatever I want today. I can get 5 if I choose to get 5. That's what I believe. I believe I could get 10 today if I wanted to. Doesn't matter where I go. I believe I could do 50 this week if I wanted to. So the want is, well, how much work am I willing to put in? So when it's no longer a matter of capabilities and it's no longer a matter of belief, do you believe you can do it? Then it just comes down to, what are you willing to do to achieve said goal? How much work are you willing to put in? And then it just becomes how do I get the job done? How do I get this done efficiently in 5 days, 6 days, 7 days? So the point that you guys are getting to, and the point that you all need to get to, is what is your limit? How high is your ceiling? Right? Is it as high as mine for you? If it's not, maybe bump it up a little bit, because if you're going for something, you'll always fall a little short. But if you have a higher ceiling, you'll still go above whatever that original ceiling you had for yourself was. So if your goal this week is 10 and you fall short and get 8, well, set your goal at 15 and work for 15. So if you fall short, you get your 10 or your 12. And that may sound too easy, but I promise you, that's how easy it is. The hard part is figuring out a way to believe that you can get the 15 when your goal was 10. The hard part is figuring out a way to believe that it's possible if you actually truly don't believe that it's possible. So the solution is to push yourselves. When you go on the road, push yourself. Take a couple days a week and actually max out. Push yourself. Take a day, turn your phone off, go to work all day long, see what you're actually capable of. Pretend like you are the person you want to be in a month. Pretend like you're the person that already has $13,200 in their bank account. Pretend like you're the person that already drives the car that you one day will buy. You already live in the apartment that you will one day live in, or the house, or whatever. Because I promise you this, before we move on, if you don't see it before it happens, it won't happen. You have to have an idea of what you want, and then you'll work out how to get it later. And if this is your process, this is your platform to do and achieve all the things that you want in life, cool. Because there are other people in the room doing it. So if you're brand new in this room and you're unsure, you're uncertain, well, this is the bulk of our guys. And a lot of these guys, you guys, know how to do this job. What you're still trying to figure out, some of you, is how do I do it consistently every single day forever? How do I do it until my life changes? But I would argue that some of your lives have already changed. Who's purchased a new car in the last 4 weeks? 1, I know you didn't raise your hand. 2, 3, a few of you have moved into new apartments. A few of you have more money. Yep, who's moved into new apartments? If you don't want to raise your hand, you don't have to, but 1, 2, 3, 4.
Congrats.
That's all in the last 4 weeks. So as the group progresses, we all win. And that's a huge part of what has made us successful. Because if Cortland buys a car and he feels good about that, he's going to come into work in a good mood, feeling positive, and he's going to uplift everybody around him. If Cortland is feeling good, then the people around him will also feel good. If the people around him feel good and one team is crushing it, well, that one team will spark and the other team might do a little bit better as a result of it. If 50% of the office is doing well, it's a lot easier for the other half to do well as well. And all it took was one person to buy a car, feel good about it, and come into work in a good mood. All it took was 2 people to go out and get an apartment and feel good about it and bring that good energy with them into the office. But just as easily as something good, something positive can have a massive effect on the office, something bad and something negative can too.
True.
Because if one of you comes in and is in a bad mood and you affect, or I should say infect, 2 or 3 people with your negativity, not only can we see it, we can feel it, we can smell it. It's tangible. So it's so important that when you notice a peer, one of you, when you notice somebody that feels off, do something about it. Go make them laugh. Go make them smile. Go give them a high five. Go give them a hug. Because what you don't realize you're doing, even if you choose to do something about it, what you don't realize you're doing is you're actually helping everybody in the office. And you would want that to be done to you as well. Because some of you walk into this office and it's a safe space for you. Some of you treat this job as like a sanctuary to run away from all your problems so you can deal with your problems. That's what this office is for some of you. Don't forget that when you're cursing out the job in 2 weeks because of something out of your control. Don't forget that this job has done something for you, your peers, your team leads, your trainers. Don't forget the value that these meetings, the field training, the vehicles, the road trips, don't forget all the good when you're temporarily experiencing something bad. Because the bad is going to happen. And no matter what you do, if you can recognize bad while you're in the middle of it, and you have the ability to course correct, and you can look at bad and say, I'm in the bad right now. I have to embrace it. I have to embrace the suck because this is the only way I'll get better. That is how you can morph whatever is going on in your reality and turn it into something good. Anytime I'm experiencing suck or bad or something awful or something negative, I stop and I say, this is it. I'm in the middle of it. I'm in the middle of something bad. I recognize that. I hit pause on my life and I decide to do something about it. It's going to suck for a day. It's going to suck for a week. It's going to suck for a month.
It will suck.
But the difference, though, is if it sucks here for a month, it'll suck somewhere else for 5 years. If it sucks here for a week, it's going to suck at Walmart for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years.
Or Tesla.
You guys live in a different reality than most people. And because it's easy to get complacent and it's easy to have a ceiling, we forget that.
Wake up.
Don't forget, wake up and recognize that in this job, your life can change in a day. And your day can change in an hour.
In 30 minutes.
It can change in 30 minutes.
It can change in 5 minutes.
So with all of that in mind,
He ain't got no help in here. You need a fan?
no, it's good. Sometimes that kind of throws me off, but I've been able to weave it in and out. And we're maybe live, so if we are live, great.
Positive energy.
If we're not live, too bad. That sucks, because it's been good.
I don't know why you're not though.
I don't know, but there's a lag here, so it's weird.
7 seconds.
It is a lag, but I've been checking yours. It doesn't show up.
So I think once,
When it's done,
Once it's
I don't know.
then I'll
there.
that you sure you
Check
didn't
my
go
phone,
real.
check my iPad.
Well, what I will do,
Trying to see.
now I'm almost done anyway. What I will do is I'll at least upload it, but I don't know. This was just a test run.
Alright, don't get
I
distracted.
think that
Don't get
you
distracted.
actually do
Get
it
back on
because,
track. Get back on track. Get back on track.
Wake up.
Get back on track. Wake up.
What I ask you guys to do is I want you to factor stuff like that in because it's so easy to be grateful and be happy and be optimistic when you're coming off a good week or you've got a good couple of paychecks. The other day we did a meeting where I asked you guys to consider a 4-week plan. A 4-week plan was a plan to change your life in 4 weeks, and what it required you to do is have 4 decent paychecks in a row. And if you're going to have 4 decent paychecks in a row, then the 5th is easier, the 6th is easier, and it won't hurt as much if you have 1 bad day or 1 bad week. The reason it hurts is because there's too much bad shit going on. And if you have a bad paycheck today, which hopefully you won't, but if you did, it can't affect this week's performance. So you can't live in, how much did I get paid today? Because if that's where you live, then every bad customer interaction, every negative interaction, every deal that you lose, every switch hold and back balance is going to cost you your day. And you have to get to a point where you're living in the present, you're living in the now, but you are not being affected negatively by the negative experiences that are happening in the now because you're working towards something. And even if you've not done anything at this job yet, and I'm almost done, but even if you've not done anything at this job yet and you're brand new, feed off this energy because as a new person, you'll do better in the beginning than you will in the middle. And that's not to discourage you, but when you're brand new, you don't know anything yet. You don't know how to be bitter. You don't know the bad experiences yet. You don't know the good days or the bad days. You don't know enough to over-explain, so you're just going to write a whole bunch of deals. Look, you're super excited about it. I can see it all the way over there. Fucking revved up. But when you go through your inevitable cycle of ups and downs, the downs are how you learn to get back up and stay up. So every bad day, if you forget everything, every bad day that you experience, embrace it. You want the bad. Embrace all the negative, the rejection, because you have to recognize you're in the middle of it. You're in the trenches and embrace it. That's how you get stronger. That's how you write 19. That's how you write 10. That's how you break records. And this is how you get out of this cycle that some of you seem to be in. You do not want to be in a cycle where all you ever do is live off each deal because you need this deal to go to this bill. You do not want to wait in anticipation for your Monday paycheck because you need that money to survive. You want to get to a point where every $1,000 that you make goes to this account or this account or this savings. You want to get to the point where your goals are divvied up by the thousands. So when you make $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, you know where that money's going because you're working towards something. Right now, some of you guys are working to live, you're working to survive, you're trying to pay bills, you're trying to level up, and you have to go through that. You have to go through that journey of struggle where you don't have any money, you can't afford dinner, you got to borrow $5 to eat, maybe your lights are off, or you have to go through that. Because if you didn't experience what it was like to have nothing, then you won't know how to appreciate everything that you work toward. Because when you have it, you don't want to go back to the nothing. Because when you got thousands of dollars coming in week over week, you don't want to go back to no power. You don't want to go back to spam cans. You don't want to go back to your car not working and having to walk to work. But that is how you get there. You feed off that bad shit. Some of you in this room are currently going through all the bad things I just said. You are in the right fucking place. Remember that. You're in the middle of it. You are in the right place. Your car doesn't work? Good. You don't have any money for your bills? Great. Your apartment sucks? Awesome. You're behind on everything? Fan-motherfucking-tastic. It don't matter. This is where you want to be. Because I promise you, when you're making $4,000 or $5,000 a week, you're going to wish you had something driving you and motivating you. You will regret the fact that you're not using all the bad and all the negative to your advantage. So turn how you look at it. Take the bad shit and let it fucking fuel you.
Your life is true.
Too bad it wasn't live.
Josh.